can find me waiting in the dark. Hide away my spark for the world to see. You can find me holding back my heart. You can't hurt me anymore. I'm free.
Welcome to the Boise State Esports Arena. Tonight you join us for some NACE Star League, Rocket League. We're in the Varsity Open Division, and Boise State is looking to improve on their already impressive undefeated 2-0 record as they are ready to face off against Neumont. I'm your host, Jacob Palmer. I'm joined by Colin McJunkin. We're here to call all the action for this game, and Colin is in a unique position to comment on this game and this particular squad because you do coach them.
I do. It's a bit of a part-time gig, but yeah, I do coach them a bit. It's a bit of an interesting situation. I'm more concerned how I'm going to look at the game as either a caster or a critical coach. So I'm hoping I'm going to meet myself in the middle and be a little bit of a both, but we'll see where we go from there.
Well, is there one thing that you can tell us as a coach on where the team's mental state is right now heading into this match and how the season's been going for them?
Interesting as well, because most recently we've had to make some substitutions and some swaps around in terms of who's playing where, and that has definitely created a unique dynamic that these players have had to overcome in the past week. They've had to just deal with changing circumstances, and what teams they've developed a really good chemistry with for the past couple of weeks have now sort of been mixed and swapped around a little bit. So you can see that as being confusing or a little bit interesting, but these teams and their mentality, it's still strong. They still have a really good record into it. They're expecting to win this game and go out 3-0.
Now, we know that in the Varsity Premier Division of NACE Star League, they are just ending their regular season. This team is 2-0. Where do they stand in their schedule?
So the premiers, so you have the Varsity Premier, the Varsity Open, and then the same for the Open Division down below. So the premiers start 3 weeks ahead of what your Open class do. So they are barely into the league right now. They are still very young into it. So that 2-0 record is just it's something they want to keep clean.
Sure.
Right? It's something every team, we've talked about it a lot before, just every team wants to go undefeated, and I think they got mentality and skill to prove it.
Well, how do you go undefeated? Well, I think you should follow Doc's keys to the game if you want to go undefeated, and that's going to be to set your play style, understand rotations, play to follow up, and, of course, employ those sweating comms. It's all brought to you by Drop-In Gaming, the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. You can play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Whether you're new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right game and competition for you. We're ready to jump into this Rocket League match. Best of 5, I'm assuming, just as all standard, as all decent Rocket League tournaments have, I should say. I'm fine if it's a grand final and you go beyond that. But for the regular season, please, best of 5.
Yeah. For the regular season, I do agree best of 7. If you're a spectator or a caster or anybody on the outside, it definitely can seem be at best of 7. It's super dragged out. When you're a player and you're in it and it's a really, really close game, you don't even really realize it. It just flies for you. So I see both the perspectives a little bit. I've been on the side of playing those games, coaching those games, but also casting those really drawn out 3 overtime, going to game 7. It can be a lot.
Well, here we go. We're going to have the Broncos versus the Llamas here tonight in NACE Star League Varsity Open. And how specifically is your team feeling about Neumont as we start the game?
Yeah, just sort of like iterated a little bit before. They're expecting to go into this game very strong. They've done their research, they've done their scouting, they've done their prep. They're ready to 3-0 the series and move on to game number 4.
All right, bold words. We'll see if they can live up to them. Hey Rico is going to set up a shot that the Broncos take immediately. Half a minute into the game. Broncos off to a good start.
Well set up. Really good pass. Really good finish.
Now, I do have to ask you here, because you are the coach, you can provide insight here. 2 of the Broncos' names are like 5 consonants back-to-back. So I'm wondering how we navigate this minefield of consonants here.
So, hey Rigo, we've seen beforehand. However, though, the names you're probably wondering is WXLF. That is, you can simply refer to them as Wolf. Wolf is what you can go by. And the other one, you can I always shorten it to the VDG.
DVG.
Or VDG. Just those first
how about
letters.
V? Okay.
You can do V as well. Whatever makes it simplest for you.
All right. Well, here we go with the next play. Hey Rico's going to push it around the corner. Wolf waiting in the wings for the follow-up. Going to corral it off to the other side of the field. Play off the wall, gets one touch on it, gets two, setting it up for V, who goes careening past the ball. Hey, Rico on the follow-up, still finds it.
Beautiful play there. Almost got the ceiling shot down, and VDG was up looking for the pass beforehand. Very good touch. Excellent reaction time, and now the Broncos are up 3-0. Just 59 seconds in this game against the Llamas.
Llamas win that kickoff, but Wolf is right there. Standard follow-up position, gets flip reset on the ball, but can't continue dribbling it. He's going to head over to Tatweave. Played off the wall by Neumont. Off to the far corner. Wolf runs right into one of the Llamas, and a quick shot up midfield brings it back within striking distance.
After all that time spent into the Neumont half, it can be a little surprising of what a team can do offensively. You don't really know what to expect from them. Could definitely start pretty confidently. The Broncos had their guard down a little bit in terms of what to expect from this team, but I don't think another goal will be put on the board here. Hopefully, at least, being a Boise State fan a little bit. The demo by Wolf. Got to find two there. Killer Bot looking to center this ball up. VDG is going to pass over. Hey, Rico. Rico gets one touch, leaving it for Wolf in the midfield. Going to take a shot. It's a bit low. Tat is going to be able to save it. Going for the solo player, perhaps finding a teammate in the middle. Wolf is up, takes the shot. Once again, Tat finds himself in the perfect position to save that ball.
Hey, Rico takes a shot. Killer elevates up, can't quite get there, but the ball bounces off the crossbar, who is going to be the star defensive player for the time being. It's all set up for Killer to take this up the field. Hey, Rico just slams right into him from the side. V gets the touch on that one before Tatooine can make it to the ball. Smelt tries to take a shot toward the Broncos. Wolf is going to deflect it off to the side.
Possibly on rotation. Rico's going to get a demo. Smelt was looking for a redirect, wasn't able to get it. They're going to get one touch and a boost steal too. Looking for the center. Not going to be able to get it though. VDG is going to save that ball, get credited for it. Wolf is screaming behind this ball, looking to get a touch. VDZ go through the challenge, gets beat. The 2A is going to get one touch down. Rico not controlling it, gets to pinch the sidewall, going to get 100 boosts and stick with it. Possibly looking for a teammate and a passing opportunity. And there's VDG setting right up for the finish.
And this is exactly why you don't want to be playing the game of bunch ball. There it's everyone right in front of the corner. You did have one from Neumont coming in on the back post. But Boise State set it up nicely for the centering and the follow-through. And you just take a look at the stats that they have. They have 11 shots on goal already to Neumont's 3.
Good pinch off the side. VDG elevates, possibly looking to recontest his ball. Not able to quite get there. Was played well. Rico's now going to stick with it, trying to get a dunk. Not able to do it though. Smil is up, gonna get the redirect successfully. VDG is gonna play off to the corner, look and follow up on the ball, is able to get it. Wolf is gonna get a good touch, keep possession of the ball. Rico now trying to capitalize on a pass, not able to quite do it. A bit of an over-rotate from the Broncos. They're gonna be saved for the time being by VDG, and they're also gonna be able to pitch the ball out. That was definitely a dangerous situation. BSU is able to find themselves out of the situation. A great pass to Rico, and it's gonna be the touchdown to finish it off. 5-1 here.
This is just another over-rotation by Neumont. None of them are in a spot where they can get back quick enough to stop someone. Probably he had someone back there, might have been able to beat him in a 50 or just bump and disrupt them. But that play is done and dusted, and Boise State has a commanding, I was going to say 4, but let's make it a 5-goal lead as we have a little over a minute left.
Already, just some solid midfield passing. And I can tell you right here, just from the unique perspective that I have, it's something that we drilled a lot going into the preseason of being really, really efficient at the midfield pass. There's going to be a lot of teams that are going to take some time to adjust to getting to that midfield passer and really threatening them. And what a beautiful bump. I believe we'll get a better look at it in the replay, perhaps. VDG did get that bump. Another thing we worked a lot on in the offseason. So it's one of those proud moments you have as a coach. The practice paid off.
Well, we've officially entered into Brazil territory. We'll see if Boise State can't improve on that or will just be content ending it at a 7-1 scoreline. Killer trying to make room up the field, but whiffs on his shot, leaving Wolf with a wide open play off to the near corner. Whiff on that 50 from both players. Killer's waiting, and Wolf takes a shot. It's far off to the back post. Tatui takes a shot, gets a clear. Now as the follow-up comes through, bit of missing on it. Killer trying to go up against Wolf. Both players going to get a slight touch on it. It's in front of the goal, and Boise State delivers. Wolf getting his hat trick.
Good little solo play. Actually, yeah, just going to find it up and around these Neumont defenders. 8-1 here. Game 1, 20 seconds left. Put on quite the show by the Broncos. Demo off the kickoff from Rico. Tatue is going to be up, gets one touch. 1-1 though. Rico gets one, sets it off the ceiling. BDG's there to recover it. Wolf is up, gets one touch, sees Rico. Rico's going to take a shot. It's a bit wide though. Wolf is going to take a bit of a cut here. Now off the side wall, takes a boom of a shot to the corner. Rico tries to recover in time, but simply not able to get there.
We take a look at the overall stats. Boise State having a clear lead in just about everything. And I also noticed just kind of the mid-air acrobatics and just the general skill level of being able to pass and start to get down those more advanced movement abilities. You know, pulling off flip resets every now and then is really helping the Broncos.
Yeah, and it's good to see a team like that still perform in that caliber, because like we sort of mentioned, with newest sort of people having to move to the roster here, it's something where Wolf is that newest player, right, and doesn't have a whole lot of time with the team like that. So a lot of times what can happen with players is they're a little more timid, a little more scared to do these higher risk plays in order to secure a win. And it's good to see that, you know, there's still that confidence left in place, and they're willing to go for these passing plays that may end up backfiring if you end up missing them because of lack of communication and coordination.
We did see a few moments from both teams of over-rotation on the field, but you and I cover also the Varsity Premier Division, the run up the ladder, if you will, from Varsity Open, and even the top undefeated teams in the collegiate scene are still making overcommitted plays. Sometimes it's just something that everyone can fall to, so don't beat yourself up over it. Look to improve, and for the Broncos, my goodness, I don't know how you can improve from an 8-1, but they're trying to do it right now with Wolf trying to dribble it toward the goal. It's going to get blocked by Smelt.
BG getting a bit of a back pass here. Rico, the one to take control, going to go for up and for a further back pass. Wolf is going to get a demo on the rotation back. Rico's going to clear it, try and stick with it, get a double. Is going to do it, gets a pitch to the sidewall. Could be looking for a teammate here. Wolf is going to pitch you back down into the corner. Rico going to rotate out here. VDG maybe looking for Wolf in the midfield. Not able to quite do it. Tatue is going to get the clear. Now it's Wolf. Gets one touch into the midfield. Killer Bot's going to be able to get the clear. Rico with a lot of boost is going to wait until they don't get dunked. The ball is going to be intercepted in the air. Hey, Rico's up. Attempts to get a touch. Not able to quite do it. Wolf elevates. Is able to get one. Gets credit for the save. Gonna have to go for a pinch. Still in dangerous territory. Off the backboard, Rico gets a touch to attempt to clear. Smelt had the shot opportunity. Not able to put it on target. Here's the pass in the midfield to Rico. Rico gets one touch. Perhaps looking for a double. Doesn't have the velocity to get to the ball in time.
Wolf sets it up for V. His shot is blocked by Tatui. Okay, Rico comes in. Has to go up against two, however, and Killer plays it right over him. V as the backup sets it up for Wolf, who grounds it, but the other players are too far up on the field to take a shot, so Killer's going to take it to the midfield. Hey, Rico places a shot toward the goal. Tatui passes over to a teammate, but it sets it up for Boise.
Great little finish there, taking advantage of a bad touch by the opposing defense. You've got to be able to take those shots in those critical moments and land them. Because like we discussed a little bit, those varsity premier teams at the highest level make some simple mistakes, and it can be that missing a free goal that can really, really end up messing up your chances of catching the W at the end of the series. So important to finish those out. Rico now trying to work with VDG, trying to find another ball on the back of the net, not quite able to do it. Wolf is going to go for the challenge in the corner. Doesn't get the touch, but there's going to be a 50 by VDG. Smilt is going to be able to get one touch off the backboard around Hey Rico. Now the bicycle kick. Wolf attempts to elevate the shot by VDG. Is blocked out. Goes to the touch. Is able to get it, but not going to be able to fall for the second. But Hey Rico is there in time to do so.
Ball heads over to the other corner. 50. Smout gets a touch on it first. Killer has a chance to clear, but him and V miss. Hey Rico has a great shot toward the goal, blocked by Smelt. Killer demos V, leaving the Broncos down 1 for a few seconds. Now V comes in off the respawn, setting it up. Wolf is there, takes the shot, blocked again by Smelt. But even with all these saves, you take a look at the differential in shots on goal. It is night and day between the two teams.
And the Broncos already have one on the scoreboard here, so realistically they could only just leave it down to 1-0 and still win the game, but they
who
don't
wants
want
to do that?
Hey Rico's going to put
the fun
one
in that?
more. There is no fun in it. You always want to put more on the board. Bit of a triple commit, but at the end of the day, that's fine because you put it in the back of the net as long as it doesn't come back and bite you.
V wins the kickoff. I'm sorry, Wolf wins the kickoff. V follows up. Hey Rico gets one touch on the ball. Killer whiffs on his attempted clear. V comes in, sets it up for Rico. Ball needs to be grounded, however. V gets one touch. 2 at the front post, follow up. Nice job.
Good bit of passive play. Wolf just is able to get one extra touch, get it above a couple defenders. A bit of a fiasco for the side of the Llamas. Triple commit in one singular location on the net. It's going to be fatal. Not going to be able to do too much with it. VDG is going to get a touch. Almost gets the redirect off the corner. Would have been beautiful. Sadly, not going to happen today. Rico's going to get one soft touch, put in the corner, deflect the shot. Smilt here looking for a flick. It's going to get interrupted by VDG. Going to get 100 boost here. Looking perhaps a solo up through the pass. Hey Rico's there, and it's going to find the perfect opportunity to slot that ball.
Very nice redirect by Hey Rico. Lines the angle up perfectly. Smelt has been the main goalie for Neumont, but wasn't able to save that time, and Boise State now has a healthy 4-goal lead with less than a minute to go. Hey Rico off the wall, gets one touch, looking to take 2. Tatooine blocks him. V looking to pass to Wolf. Pass goes through, shot just a bit too high. But V and Wolf have been working as a tag team so far.
Hey Rico off the sidewall. Does get one touch. Smell opts not to challenge that ball. Going to leave it for Killer Bot. Wolf going to get one touch, get the recovery off the sidewall here, looking to do more with it. Puts a shot on the backboard, saved out by Smilt. Hey Rico gets the challenge. VDG tries to get a pass to midfield there, a bit too fast. Not enough time. Wolf is going to get the challenge there. Now down to the final couple seconds, off the corner wall. VDG off the backboard, could be waiting for Wolf. Wolf opts not to do it. VDG down off the sidewall. There's Hey Rico, and in the final second of the game, the Broncos are going to 5-0 it.
Might as well put a little bit of an exclamation point on your victory with a buzzer beater to end it. The Broncos sitting very comfortably at a match point, and normally I don't necessarily like to humor the possibility of a caster's curse, but I think Your confidence that there's going to be a 3-0 sweep is pretty well founded if nothing changes.
If nothing changes at all, if we don't manage to troll it or lose any momentum, then 100% of the way, yeah, we can end up finding that 3-0. And I think this team's more than capable to do it, but there's a lot of things that can go wrong, especially in the mentality department. And
yeah, just ask Boise State's varsity premier team how that worked out for them. There were no sour grapes here whatsoever, but I'm just saying that the whole thing about mentals and how that can affect your seasonal standings can really bite you in the posterior.
Oh yeah, 100%. If you don't get it under control very quickly, it will end the season not well for you. Luckily, VDG was able to put one more in the net and put the Broncos in the lead right now.
The one shining light that Neumont had for them was that the second game had a lot slower pace than the first. There were a good few minutes that passed. Problem was that those few minutes basically took place in only one half of the field. So
Yeah.
Boise State is effectively blocking a lot of the clears that Neumont is trying to put forward. That's almost going to turn into a goal. Follow up by Boise State. It drops in right below one of the players of Neumont.
Yeah, Neumont having absolutely zero boost in that situation allows just an absolute floater like this to find its way in the back of the net. You panic on the defensive. You're looking to get a touch. You miss it because you panicked, and now that ball finds the back of the net, and the score goes up by 1 in the favor of the Broncos. Wolf elevates, going to get one touch. VDG to send it back down to mid. Rico's going to get one. Send it to the gray corner here. Looking to play on, and again, gets the bounce. VDG to send it off the backboard. It's going to find its way to the back of the net after a soft self-touch by a Neumont defender.
And normally you can't beat yourself up if it was a case of that was going to go in anyway, but that would have bounced off the post and probably been better if it hadn't touched it at all. It's tough. That was a close angle, but Neumont is starting to have a problem with own goals.
And I mean, I would say it's better to just go for the ball anyway. You know, if you're very unsure of it and you're not really used to the reads of that angle or that corner, or you just are panicking in this situation, I'd rather see a player go for it than not go for it, because there's the off chance that it does bounce.
Speaking of going for it, Neumont trying to take it toward Boise State's goal, but Boise State quickly on the counterattack pins a shot on goal toward the Llamas. Demo onto Wolf, but Boise State, even though they're one down, are still going to make a shots on goal. Wolf comes in off the respawn in glory for the Broncos, finding their fourth.
Good bit of control there by VDG. Not going immediately for the shot, just going to high flick it up, set up a teammate there. That's the kind of plays I absolutely love to see for the side of Boise State. Off the kickoff, going to maintain control here. Now looking for a double, has the ability to do it. Wolf was looking for the touchdown. Might have messed up VDG a little bit, but an attempt to find the back of the goal anyway here. Neumont definitely trying to do that as they're trying to stick with this touch. Follow up on it. They are able to get one. Wolf gets a pinch of the ceiling, going to send it back into the midfield territory. Killerbot going to boom it back towards the blue net. Hey Rico is sitting there chilling, waiting for that touch. An interesting shot put on goal is going to be saved on by VDG.
Ball stops right at midfield. Boise looking to clear, back pass to Wolf. He jukes it around one. It goes right to Tatui, who is demoed, but he got a touch on the ball to push it back toward mid. Demo's trading back and forth between the teams. Boise State has side control back. And a demo onto Hey Rico again. Things are getting a bit chippy here.
If that's what Neumont needs to find this momentum shift that they need so desperately, I'm all for it. One of the principles of my strategy of how to win Rocket Leagues is sometimes you just got to demo and bump, especially the person who poses the biggest threat to your success. The Tatui's going to put one on the board to potentially start this comeback for Neumont.
Well, a potential comeback, but they haven't surpassed the pace, if you will, that they had last game. The best they've had is only 1 goal for a game, so we'll see if he can beat that. Hey, Rico whiffs on his follow-up. Boise State will try again, and he redeems himself, pushing Boise State to a 5-1 lead.
It was all a ploy. It was a plot to find the better positioning here. Bait out the defenders out of the net.
That's the reasoning I always use for myself.
That's not even copious.
Listen, it's all part of my master plan. Hey, listen, you guys, it's all part of the plan. Listen,
It's
I know
all part of the plan.
we're losing, but it's part of the plan. But Boise State isn't losing at all. Hey, Rico gets a touch on it. Follow up by V that finds the net, giving him a hat trick. 6-1 now.
Finds the missed touch. You've got to play for missed touch sometimes in offense. It's exactly what VDG does. Got to find themselves in the perfect position, put one more on the board. You can never have enough of a buffer zone to keep yourself from potentially losing it. Neumont was able to put one on the board, and quite a play by Hey Rico. I wonder if that was a pinch with the opposition defender as well. Goes to the flip reset, does get it. No, it wasn't. It was just straight up skill. Add that to the highlight reel. What a flip reset.
It's not smelt. I now finally found out. I'm ashamed of myself. It's Small Town Jester. Yeah, see? Took a little bit of a brain teaser. Right now, what isn't hard to figure out is a 7-1 lead by the Broncos. 7 is a much larger number than 1, and Hey Rico wants to make it even larger, bringing it to 8. Basically, all of the Broncos, but I want to finish my train of thought. The Broncos, if you look at their activity feed, how every single one has rolled it over, basically. The only one left is Wolf, but I'm sure he'll get a demo or two or something to make it 2 columns. And, well, Hey Rico, I mean, this is just 9-1.
Turning into a bit of a slaughter off the kickoff. Just gets the beat, gets a bit of a redirect using the opponent's car. 9-1 with a minute and 10 seconds left. You know, I would say this is it's an 8-goal lead is pretty cement in the who's going to take the third matchup. I don't want to be presumptuous or anything, but the Broncos are continuing to look strong as they put point after point on the board, shortening the amount of time it takes for them to put it on every time. They hit new records.
Less than a minute to go in the proceedings. Got to replace the shot toward midfield. Hey Rico gets a small touch on it. Pass back to Killer. And Boise State is able to fake out one, but not the other. Small Town Jester gets the save. It's up for grabs, and V gets a touch. Hey Rico plows it into the wall now on the rebound. Doesn't manage to find the goal.
Going for a pinch on the sidewall there. Not able to quite do it here. Now down to sub 20 seconds. Small Town Jester now trying to find an opportunity to put a shot on net. Wasn't quite able to do it. It's going to be sent out. Now under 10 seconds here. The clock winds down. The Broncos possibly looking for another chance to put one more on the board. Officially have a 10-goal lead here in Game 3. With just about 4 seconds left.
I didn't say yo to just try to enhance my street cred. That actually is the term for 11 in casinos. If you roll an 11, the dealer will always yell, yo. So Boise State can yell that out right now. Because they certainly have achieved an 11-1 victory and have completely swept Neumont to increase their season to a 3-0 record. So good performances all around.
Yeah, like we sort of said, you always want to keep up that 3-0 factor. It's got to feel good to take home a W and just to go home knowing that the record's unbroken. And this is where it starts getting tricky because, you win the first one. Cool, that's first game of the series. You win the second one. Oh, okay, good. We're a bit of a roll here. Now it's a streak. Now it's an official streak.
Sure.
You have something that's unbroken. So it's got to be something for the Broncos of where don't hold the streak in so much of a high value that you let it ruin some things, but you definitely want to keep it alive for as long as you can.
Well, we also want to give a shout-out to Idaho Central Credit Union, who brings us all of our players of the game, because Idaho Central believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like how Idaho Central helps its members achieve financial success. Thank you, ICCU. And we are going to now see who is the player of the game, brought to you by Idaho Central.
There are so many goals scored between every player. It almost feels wrong to pick one.
I would say Wolf, because you were saying he was the new one. There was questions of whether he would slot in, but it is going to go to V instead. But Wolf, I mean, him and V were working together so many times.
Yeah. Also, took a lot of solid shots earlier in the series as well that just were really nice to see. Like, you see a couple one there. I wonder if the other one I'm really thinking of, that was in like the first game, the pass that was from the midfield. But yeah, just an all-around solid player that's going to be able to take those midfield power shots and find those corners of the net, which are so important for every team to have. And VDG is your player of the game.
Play of the game once again brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union. Well-earned honor for V. I'm sure he's more concerned, though, about that 3-0 record, which the Broncos will look to improve going forward. Still a lot of the season left to go.
Oh, yeah.
So, as things stand tonight, however, the Broncos can go home happy that they got another sweep, and they can bask in the glory of their top 5 plays of the game, which are brought to you by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. More than 10 jobs offering $20,000 bonus and your degree of choice paid for. Idaho Army National Guard is one of the best teams to join out there. You can reach out to them on Twitch at iGuard Gaming. But that's going to do it for us here tonight. We hope you have a good night, that it was a good Monday, all things considered, for you, and that you enjoy the fall season going forward. But for now, we got to get out of here and leave you with the top 5 plays.
Three overtime, going to Game 7, it can be a lot.
Well, here we go. We're going to have the Broncos versus the Llamas here tonight.
The scoreboard here. So realistically, they could only just leave it down to 1-0 and still win the game, but they
who
don't
wants
want
to do that?
Hey, Rico's going to
Where's
put to getting to that midfield passer and really threatening them. And what a beautiful bump. I believe we'll get a better look at it in the replay, perhaps. VDG did get that bump. Another thing we worked a lot on in the offseason. So it's one of those. Sometimes you got to demo and bump, especially the person who poses the biggest threat to your success. The Tattooing's going to put one on the board to potentially start this comeback for Neumont. Put one on the board, and quite a play by Hey Rico. I wonder if that was a pinch with the opposition defender as well. Goes to the flip reset, does get it. No, it wasn't. It was just straight up skill. Add that to the highlight reel. What a flip reset.
Ah, it's not smelt. I now finally found out.
Off the backboard, could be waiting for Wolf. Wolf opts not to do it. VDG down off the sidewall. There's Hey Rico. And in the final second of the game, the Broncos are going to 5-0 it.
Might as well put a little bit of an exclamation point on your victory with a buzzer beater